everyone, I'm Jenny Clary and I'm your transformational nutrition coach, and today I wanted to talk about some Thai fruits and have you join me for a little fruit luck fest. And as you can see, I just went on a fruit haul and just grabbed a little bit of different varieties of some of my favorite fruits here in Thailand. And so let's dive in. Okay, so just like a brief overview is, let's start, what should I start with? The mangosteen. It's the queen of fruit. It is so delicious. It finally just came in season not too long ago, so this is amazing. I have this pretty much every single day. That is how delicious it is, the mangosteen. Next we have lychees, which I've had in the States before, but I've actually, and even though we can get them there too, very fresh, I've never really ate them fresh before. I always have, most parts, they've been in cans and stuff, which isn't the same at all. And this crazy little creature looks like an alien baby, right? Or an alien fruit, I don't know. But it's the rambutan, and it's very similar to a lychee, but it looks way more wilder. Like, how crazy is that? And then we also have the jackfruit, which also looks like an alien fruit as well. And this is what it looks like on the outside, and it's also one of my favorites. And of course, mango, and I have two varieties. This one is the way more popular one. You see it typically with mango sticky rice, which is so good and delicious here, and I know why they use these varieties now. This type is super sweet, it's not as stringy, and it's bigger and delicious. But they have so many other varieties here too, and this one, I don't know what it's called, but it is amazing. My local fruit lady, I was very sad because I try to buy these ones all the time, and when I went there once, she didn't have any more, but she had these mangoes. And so I was reluctant to really buy some, and I only bought a kilo of it instead of like 2 or 3 kilos that I normally buy in these mangoes. And I love this. This kind of has a pineapple-y taste to it. So it's like a pineapple-y mango taste to it. Anyways, so there's the general overview of each of the fruit. And so I'm just gonna kind of, you can join me while I eat along. So I kind of, what should I go through first? Okay, jackfruit's calling me. So this is crazy because, so in the markets, these jackfruits are huge. Like, they get like 20-pound, huge, humongous. And so you can buy them at the markets either as a whole, or a lot of times you can buy them, they'll just cut off a certain section and you can just buy it that way. And so what you do is, like, you kind of have to piece out the fruit portion of it, and because the way it's cut right now, this part is actually one of the fruits, but I want to give you a better example of it. So you kind of have to like peel for it. So when you look in here, there's one right here, and you kind of like pull and rip it off, and there's these extra little, I don't know what they are, but this is the main part of that you want to eat. And so good. And there's a huge humongous seed in it. And I heard you can even boil these and eat these, and they're similar to chestnuts, which I'm going to do later on today because that sounds delicious. But the reason why I really like this is it tastes like bananas. Maybe a bit of pineapple. But you know what? I at first was like, oh, it kind of tastes like a Starburst. And then someone was like, no, it really tastes like a juicy fruit, like the gum. And I was like, that is what the flavor is, I think. Whoever created juicy fruit had a jackfruit, loved the taste of it, and created juicy fruit because of it. It's so delicious. I love it. Some people don't love it so much, but I don't get how you cannot. So there you have it. Definitely give jackfruit a try. I never had jackfruit until I came here in Thailand. Oh, I'm eating my hair as always. Okay, so next up is lychees. You know, and it has this beautiful, what I love about it is you can just, it's so juicy, you can just peel it right here. And, you know, I just take off the front portion of it. And then you can literally just squeeze it. And it comes right out. And these are has more to a tart to this one. And gosh, they taste like 20 times way better fresh than when they're in the can. And then in the middle, this is the seed that is there. I don't know if you can eat this one. I just specifically remember reading about the jackfruit. And then, so moving on to its crazy cousin or brother. This one, because the outside is a lot harder to get to, I need a knife for this one. And so yeah, once, okay, I don't know, I kind of am like peeling it that way. There you go. It kind of looks like an egg, huh? It's a lot bigger than the lychee, and it's also creamier than the lychee as well. I feel like it's also a lot it's not as tart as well, so it's a little bit sweeter. It's a lot sweeter actually than the lychee. I kind of prefer this one over the lychee. But it's like whatever mood you're in, right? Here's the seed, as always. This is really good. It's a lot more fleshier. You can see it's a lot thicker as well. I think I prefer this one more. It has more of a delicate, soft taste to it, in my opinion. Next is the mangosteen. Or should I save this for last? I think I'm going to save it for last. So I'm going to go for my mangoes next. And these ones, this is the popular one that you'll see at most stores. And when you know it's ripe and ready is you just have to, when you can just gently press it, and as long as it presses in, then you know it's ready to go and eat. I also like it's typically really easy to just like pull off the skin. You don't even really need a knife if you don't want to, but it makes it a lot nicer if you want. But I love using my hands as much as possible, and so I wanted to show you. So good. I don't know if you can tell. Gosh, the mangoes here are just so much sweeter compared to the States, the ones that I've had there. And I just can't imagine having the other mangoes now because this Thai mango is just so sweet and so delicious. And I love that it's also not as stringy. And so it just kind of like melts in your mouth more. And then the other amazing thing is that they're so big, but also the seed isn't so huge as well. It's super thin, so you get more flesh of the fruit, and you get more fruit, and it's just way more amazing. Can you see how thin that seed is? Anyways, so good. You have to get your hands on these, and it's not hard. They're everywhere, and right now they're also in season 2, and I think it's only for about like 2 months or so, starting April-ish, May-ish. for a few months, and they're the best. So, and the other cool thing about eating fruits when they're in season is they're so much cheaper. They taste way better, they're way more more nutritious, and they're cheaper because they're in season, and there's so much that are growing on trees right now that they have abundance of it, and it's cheaper. Also, when you eat fruit, that you want to make sure they're ripe so that your body can digest it a lot better as well. So this is the other mango varieties. They have so much. I don't know how many they have. They have way too many. I've tried quite a few, and these two are my top favorites. And this one, you can tell the difference. This is a lot bigger, and you can see the pointy end. Whereas this one, it's a lot smaller, and it has like a curved point to it. And you can see in the color, this one's a lot oranger, where this one's kind of like a whitish yellow, super pale yellow versus the orange, right? And this is so good. It's like a mix of pineapple and mango. You don't have to make a smoothie, you can just eat this fruit. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot more like stringiness in this one, and also the seeds a little bit fatter than the other one as well. I don't know if you can see, but it's a little bit more stringier, not as much. Some varieties are different than others. But this one is also so amazing and so good, and I highly recommend you try it. So yeah, so just go explore your local markets, try some of the fresh fruits, definitely travel, check out Asia and some other countries and what their local amazing fruits are. You'll be mind blown at how delicious it is, and really try to research ahead of time when are the peak seasons for some of these fruits that are legendary there, right?